Huge win for India. I'm going to say it one more time because just need to put a little balm on my wounds from 7 months ago. A huge win for India against Australia in the Super 8 encounter. A win by 24 runs. Mitchell Marsh had won the toss and put India into bat. India's captain said, "Thank you very much. I'll have a bite of that or two." He scored 92 of 41 balls, included a 19-ball 50 for him. Took the score up to 205. Don't worry about it. I've learned the rest of the things, so I can just say it without the graphic. There, of course, was support from a little bit of support from Rishabh Pant, but Surya Kumar Yadav, Shivam Dube, Hardik Pandya, all of them contributed to India going to 205. And then Australia, well, Travis said when he was going, I'll tell you, there was a lot of Indian fans who were basically saying, no, not again. There was a lot of chomping of nails and fingers. But then Rohit Sharma, in a strange twist of fate, takes Travis Head's catch. And there you go. After that, pretty much the chances of Australia getting this win were dwindling and lost by 24 runs. I'm Gaurav Kapur. This is Cricbuzz Live. With me, Adam Gilchrist and Zaheer Khan. Gilly, was I accurate in my portrayal of how the Indian fan is feeling right now?
Very happy. Very happy. They would be everywhere. And rightly so. What a terrific performance. Little bit of nervousness, as you said, when Travis was going, but I thought it was a terrific performance with them with the ball. Hardik Pandya copped a little bit, but in these games when they're bigger totals, there's going to be a few bowlers that get targeted. But the spinners, it's Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel, really deflated that innings. I mean, that wicket of the dismissal of Maxwell was such a big blow. He looked like he almost took over from Travis Head at one point as the aggressor. But then when he got him out, and I just don't think people are picking him at all, Kuldeep Yadav. So that makes it challenging to go at 8 and over, let alone 10, 11, 12 and over. So, well played, India. Terrific effort.
Yeah, your reactions on this win? It's a big one, 24 runs in a T20 game.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the unbeaten run of Indian team is something, which everyone will be very happy with, getting into the semis without dropping a game. And today the standout for me was fielding. In these kind of games, it's so important that you better the opposition in fielding. And today, Australia, Gilly was mentioning that catch of Mitchell Marsh, adding 23 runs, and look at the victory margin, it's 24 runs. So those kind of small little things. You look at Akshar's catch at a crucial stage when Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh were going strong. So that was a defining moment. Had that catch not been taken, suddenly that pressure would have continued or sustained for another few overs, and that would have made a difference. So I think, fielding, when it mattered, the catching, India was spot on today.
Yeah, we got to talk about that catch because, they say catches win matches. It's that old cliche. Geez, that catch deserved to win 3 matches.
Yeah, danger man Mitch Marsh, who just was struggling a bit with Kuldeep, but certainly he got 30-odd off 20-odd balls and looked like he could have been the one that breaks the back for the Indians as well. But that was just brilliant. Yeah. Quite the contrast, the Indian fielding compared to what Australia's served up for a couple of games. For most of the tournament, actually, the Australian fielding's been uncharacteristically off. So that's something that I'll have to address. But, it was... You talk about the Indian fans, and you're asking me, do I know how they were feeling? I was just sitting in the little green room off to the side from the Cricbuzz crew and staff out here. I didn't even need to watch the TV to know what was happening. I could hear the noise, the jubilee. I knew when a wicket fell, well and truly, and rightly so. They were very excited.
Yeah, I have to say, you see public reactions around, and yes, India-Pakistan is always touted to be that encounter that everyone looks forward to. But with that skewed record in the World Cup now, that India, resounding favourites whenever that encounter happens. But India versus Australia, you could tell what it meant to fans. You could tell what it meant to Indian fans. They are two teams that are kind of clashing with each other. And I guess, that World Cup final and what happened there. So this rivalry definitely, and you could tell from people's reaction, this actually has been probably the most watched and the most involved India game this World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's the finals because it was in India as well. There were so many fans traveling from various parts of the country and the world to pretty much think that the kind of cricket which Indian team have been playing in that World Cup, they're expecting them to go and take that final step as well. But Australia, I think, the desperation, the energy which they created on that finals day was something which was very special. And you would want to now, just take it to that level where you say, okay, Australia, why they've been doing it so well, winning so many World Cups. I think that's one thing which Indian team now is definitely setting as a goal because those numbers are very impressive numbers and one to look up to, I think. So for Indian team, I think that's to have that as a goal now going forward because they've achieved everything pretty much. They've been consistently winning tournaments. They've been consistently winning bilateral series. It's one of the best teams right now going around in world cricket, undoubtedly. What do they have now to show when it comes to the trophies? That number is something which everyone is talking about.
Yeah.
And I think with every ICC trophy, that is something which will be up for discussion. And that's the drive, which is good to see right now. The team is very determined to achieve that number and chase down Australia's number of those trophy wins.
Yeah, let's talk about India and this campaign, right? This campaign, how it's gone for India. Yes, of course, unbeaten, on the back of a lot of wins. But what's interesting is that there's different performers putting their hand up in different games. And we talk about, in the IPL, we talk about this a lot when you've got a 14-game, 16-game, 17-game series. You've got to have different people who put their hands up. And you've had different people putting their hands up in almost every game. You've got more than one person, contributing, even with the bowling, the catching, the batting. It's... can't see any real chinks. I'm almost feeling like it's a jinx to say that, but actually you can't really see too many chinks right now or things to worry about.
No, it's just Virat hasn't nailed down the big innings.
Yeah.
He'll get another opportunity.
But you never worry about Virat.
No, Jadeja's role in the team hasn't bowled a lot of overs. Only bowls for one today, and that goes for 17. So I can understand why Rohit didn't need to go back to him because he's got other options.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a position that people might have a look at and discuss. So I don't see any change coming at all.
Not in this World Cup for sure. Maybe after.
Maybe after. Who knows what happens? But no, I don't think. And I'm not saying that as a comment that he should be scrutinised to be out of the team. He's probably the only one that hasn't really nailed it down. But again, I don't worry for a player like him. If I'm a captain of a team, I've got a player that bats, bowls and fields like him. I think I'm pretty confident. And it looks like, I think your point's a good one, GK, in that everyone's chipping in little different ways. Not necessarily, Rohit was absolute standout today. But even in the other games, it hasn't necessarily been the out and out, well, he's man of the match. There's probably two or three candidates that have chipped in. And that and the cohesive unit, the leadership of Rohit, the calmness of Rahul Dravid and the support crew, and the way they look like they're enjoying each other's company, all of a sudden you've got a greater sum of the parts. It's certainly value adds and they've got an aura about them. And if they get the trophy, well, it's amazing the mindset and what that win today will do for their psychology. That's 20-11 now over Australia in T20 cricket. 20 wins to Australia's 11. So that's double. So, but in T20 World Cups or 50 over World Cups, there'd been a little psychological handbrake there, but that might be unleashed now and away they go.
Yeah, well, Indian fans will certainly hope so. India will, now it's confirmed, will play their semi-final against England. So that's the encounter that you've got to look forward to. The other semi-final, South Africa will play versus who? We don't know that yet. Could be Australia, could be Afghanistan. That is now in Afghanistan's hands. And that's what this game and the way it's finished has made clear, that Afghanistan now has to win their game. They have to win their game and they qualify. You like that for them, that is in their hands now to win or lose?
Yeah, it's an easier scenario to deal with for any team, isn't it? You just have to go out there and play good cricket, win the game.
Yeah, just take a bat and ball, no calculators.
had Australia won this game today, then they would have been thinking, okay, the margin has to be this much. Then what should we do? Then you take the conditions out, isn't it? You're saying, okay, for us, then it's better to bat first because then the margin of runs is going to give you that net run rate boost quicker. That's how usually teams like to do. But here, it's just about now going out there and making sure that you play good enough cricket to win the game.
Yeah, that's what they have to do. But anyway, let's talk about this game. As we told you, India, of course, had set the target of 206 is what Australia needed to win. This is how their batting went. There was Warner who went early, but after that, for the power play especially, they really got stuck in, did Travis Head and captain Mitchell Marsh. You see that Mitchell Marsh went to that brilliant catch, as we said, from Akshar, but Travis Head kept going. He got 76. Glenn Maxwell got that 20 before he went for a little walk, didn't he? I don't know what happened. He stepped out, but he couldn't. I don't know. It was just I didn't get it. It was a bit of a freeze moment. It's the best described. He went out for a bit of a walk.
A little bit. Credit to the bowler. I think he was deceived. I think he was beaten in flight, by the length and the pitch and where it pitched and the pace of it. I think he just sort of almost not gave up on it, but just conceded that, I'm gone here by way of being deceived, swing through and just see if I can hopefully get some sort of connection, but just missed it. So that was a nice passage of bowling, Kuldeep Yadav through that under serious threat from a guy like Maxwell, hitting reverse sweeps, and Mitch Marsh, the power that's there, although I don't think he was picking him. But, just back to the top of that batting card, is that the last innings that we see in international cricket of David Warner? We'll find that out tomorrow morning, won't we, Indian time, whether Afghanistan win and Australia get through. But that may well be it for a guy that's put in a remarkable contribution across all three formats for Australian cricket. He's carved out an extraordinary career internationally and around domestic leagues. He's ridden the highs and the lows, the controversies, the celebrations, and everything in between. But if that is the end for David Warner, congratulations on a terrific career, and wish him all the best in whatever comes next.
Yeah, very, very well played. You never know, maybe a Telugu movie comes next with him.
Yeah, that's right.
He'd like to be in one of those, but has been a tremendous career. Rightly pointed out by Gilly across all three formats, just so dominating, such an exciting player. True disruptor when he was playing at the time. It was just so exciting to see him. But today, leave aside Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh, they will be looking at that and saying, should have had a little more support in the back 10, because the dice was actually loaded in their favour, Zach. They needed 90 of the last 9 with 8 wickets in hand. More often than not, you would back an Australia team to do that. So therefore, that makes Kuldeep Yadav's 2 overs at that time even more precious.
Absolutely, because it was game on at number 10, the halfway mark. And that's why that Akshar's catch and Kuldeep's those 2 wickets.
Yeah.
We were talking about in the com box as well that, for India right now, all they needed was wickets. And then to create that scenario for them from there, they could squeeze. And Rohit Sharma was in a way hamstrung to use Bumrah early. He would have been forced to use Bumrah had that wicket not fallen in that passage of play. So it just worked perfectly because he had already planned that way. Where
17-19.
17-19. But Kuldeep's 2 overs, we did mention that it's going to be the crucial 2 overs, and he has not disappointed. So that is the beauty of Kuldeep. Today you've actually seen till that point pretty much identical approaches from Indian batting team and Australian batting team. Travis Head for Australia was playing the role of Rohit Sharma, what he did for Indian team, and Mitchell Marsh was playing that role of a supporter till that point. He gets out. Maxwell maybe looking like he's having the kind of a day which Indian fans wouldn't have liked. So it was just the perfect timing, to get those 2 crucial wickets at that stage.
Yeah, that was Kuldeep, of course, went at a run a ball. And then we must talk about Arshdeep as well. Arshdeep, by the way, for a little bit in that became a South African. He just said, I'm not going to use the pitch. I'm just going to bowl full tosses. There's quite a few that game. He got a wicket again, much like Rabada did the other day. Arshdeep got a wicket off a full toss. There was a catch at short third for him. But he's got 3 wickets. So no matter what's happening, it was a tad on the expensive side today. He's bowled the 12 dots, but obviously he's got hit. but he's picked up the 3 wickets and he's soaring up those charts again. What's his total now? Is it 14, if I'm correct, for this World Cup?
Yeah, he's been among the
Might be up
wickets.
there somewhere.
They'll just crunch it. If I remember correct, it's 9. He was 9, then 2, and then 3 today. Should be 14, but I won't rely on my memory. But just him, this night, 15 close. Joint highest with
Fazalak Farooqi.
Fazalak Farooqi. So 15 for him, 15 for Arshdeep here. So it's fine. I guess as a captain, you take it. You don't mind if you're going at under the asking rate. Because again, he's gone under 10. The asking rate is over 10. You've gone under that and you've picked up 3 wickets. That's a good day.
Yeah, particularly when one of those wickets is in the first over and it's David Warner.
Yeah.
That's like what we spoke about, what Australia didn't have against Afghanistan in trying to dislodge that opening partnership. Mitchell Starc wasn't there. They went the more conservative sort of run-saving option of Agar. No, that's what you want from your new ball bowlers. Attack. It's only 2 overs, 3 overs where that ball's going to swing, and he just did enough to lure the false stroke. So 12 dots, so half his delivery's dots, but obviously enough boundary balls, it seems, that he delivered there. So that's something he'll be able to just have a look at, and maybe, I don't know, Zach, is that working out whether you delivered the right took the right option, having bowled maybe a couple of dots, went a bit too attacking, maybe didn't execute a slower ball. So I guess they're things that you look at.
Yeah, I think
looking at those numbers.
When I'm looking at Arshdeep, he prefers to bowl those Yorkers.
Yeah.
But at times he goes for those wide Yorkers, like the shot which Tim David hit against him, which went for a 6, was something which plays in the hand of a batter if the batter is a tall guy. So that's something which I've seen in the IPL scenario as well, when he bowls like that to someone like Pollard.
Yeah.
So he's better off attacking the stumps and then bringing his variations, which is the bouncer and the slower one, which he uses it nicely. It's just a learning right now.
Yeah.
The ball was tailing a little bit when he came out to bowl that 16th over. And he bowled that 16th over nicely. Just later on, the last over which he was bowling, I think he was not able to nail those Yorkers, but he was still continuing with that because there was hint of swing on offer.
Let's look at the report card of the rest of the bowlers today. Winning effort, of course, for India. We got Arshdeep there with his 3 wickets. Jasprit Bumrah, 4 overs, 29. Not used to seeing him being this expensive. Going over a run of ball. Jasprit Bumrah, that doesn't happen every day. Just shows you that he is human after all. But of course, he got the 1 wicket for his captain at the time. Remember, him going at 7.25 is well below the asking rate. But Akshar Patel, how good was he for him to bowl those 3 overs for 21, picked up the 1 wicket, picked up 1 brilliant catch as well. Hardik Pandya was expensive. He bowled the last one. Of course, there was a mountain to defend in that, so that was fine. Kuldeep Yadav we spoke about. Ravindra Jadeja, we have to talk about that though. He's bowled the 1 over today. That was the 11th. I remember they were 99 at the halfway mark, and then it became 17 runs in that over, which brought the equation down to 90 of 9. That's where it became tight. Maxwell really dug into him in that over. And now in 6 games, so that's total of 6 games that India has played, he's bowled 10 overs in total.
Yeah.
So which means he's not being used as much as an option, and even when the captain's going to him, he's not getting what he wants out of him. So I think you may be right when you started the show that perhaps the only cause of worry, because he's playing him as a bowling option. If that option's not there, then you get a little stuck.
Might be a case of it's a nice comfort to have as an option to go to try. If it doesn't work, you don't have to persist with him. They've got that luxury. They've got a world-class all-rounder in Hardik Pandya that gives you both variations, bat and ball, so that can cover that up. So it just extends it that little bit. Akshar's doing a terrific job. And even there's been instances where he's been promoted up the order ahead of Jadeja if the situation is right. Jadeja went in and did hit a 6 off, the last ball, was it? Or the second last ball?
Yeah, second last
to close the innings out. So that was nice little sort of mini cameo there. But, so it's probably more at this point in time. I don't think the Brains Trust of India will be investing too much thought into it because I don't think there's an option to bring someone else in. You're not going to find a wicket that's going to suit Siraj.
Also that way. I think it needs to be managed also that way because clearly, right now, when you're looking at Ravindra, maybe he's thinking about things which he shouldn't be thinking about. Like, he's still part of the playing 11. And when you are in this kind of a scenario, everyone is trying to gauge that. Everyone is trying to say that, okay, is Akshar getting that nod ahead of Jadeja? Is his spot going to be, place going to be in question? That kind of a pressure. You don't often see Ravindra Jadeja dropping a catch also in the outfield. Today we've seen that also. Yeah. So I think it's just about support staff to give him enough confidence, because if I was there, it's just about telling him that England predominantly is a right-hander batting lineup. India is going to play, and that's a right matchup there. Akshar is going to be used in the power play maybe, and if he's just coming there, Johnny Bairstow and his numbers is something which is known for everyone, and the kind of troubles which Bairstow has had against Jadeja. But for that, Jadeja needs to be in the right frame of mind. So that is something which they have to just fine-tune that. Just tell him that it's all about making sure that he's charged up for that semi-finals, and I think he's got a role to play in this tournament still, because of the matchup which is working perfectly in his favour.
Great point. Two things though I will add to that. One is that Ravindra Jadeja, whenever he's been part of the squad, has never been benched. So he's always part of the 11. And secondly, when a team has such a big pool of players doing well, you can definitely afford to carry a player or two. You've seen that with a lot of champion teams. So an experienced player like him and the support staff will know, don't worry about it. It's fine.
And that may well be, they might not even be aware of it. They might not be talking about it at all. It's just us around the periphery, sort of stargazing a bit, wondering, just sort of giving an opinion. So I agree. I'd be saying to him, mate, you are playing a World Cup semi-final, and we win that, you're in a World Cup final. You have no issue. And they're in Guyana, is that right?
That's right.
So that you'd suspect that's that's going to help him. He could very well be the man on that day, and then have others supporting around.
And such a good point by Zach, that a lot of just right-handers, just the one left-hander in Moeen Ali, and then Sam Curran way down the order. But just very right-hander heavy over there. But I don't want to talk about right-handers. I want to talk about the left-hander, who's a perennial thorn in India's side. I'm talking about Travis Head. I'm getting a little tired of seeing Travis Head batting, all right? I'll just tell you this. Is that World Cup, then the IPL, then this. Stop it already. Jeez, he's going through quite a purple patch, Gilly.
Yeah, he is. It's really interesting to watch, isn't it? Because it feels like he's giving the opposition a chance right from the start. He exposes his stumps without hesitation, so it clears that front leg, and even if the ball goes away, his hands follow it, so you think there's a catching chance or getting bowled like he did against Afghanistan.
You're triggering our trauma off the final, I'm just telling you that.
Early on in that passage of play. But if he gets one out of the middle, it's almost like he becomes Superman, and away he goes. But it's courageous batting. And, I mentioned Warner, whether that's it or he gets another game or two, but after this tournament, he's gone. So that responsibility is going to rest on Travis Head for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows how long he goes and if he's able to maintain that. But it's leading from the front. There's no doubt about that. And that's what the transition in his game from when he debuted in 2016 and was sort of middle order and then maybe halfway up the order and then down. I think he'd only opened in about 4 or 5 T20 games, full stop. 5 across all T20 cricket before they asked him to do it for Australia when Aaron Finch finished. And I think that coincided with him coming back into the test team as well and saying, right, I've been in, I've been out, I've been in. This time when I do it, I'm doing it my way. I am going out there fearless. I'm not going to leave anything in the tank. And if it doesn't work out, well, at least I did it my way. And he's sticking by that, and it's coming off. It's paying off really nicely. Usman Khawaja's a little bit in the same in Test cricket, where he's come back and said, I'm going to be myself on and off the field. I don't care. I'm not going to adhere to policy, and I'm going to just be so happy and comfortable as who I am as a cricketer and as a person. And that's a bit a lot of this Australian team. That's the way Pat Cummins leads.
Yeah, Usman Khwaja, definitely one of the players I love watching bat. Travis Head, more like Indian fans calling him Travis Headache, has become a bit of a headache for Indian fans. But as a cricket fan, it is definitely, watching him bat is there's a sense of adventure when you're watching him bat, isn't it? Like Gilly says, it can be a little patchy sometimes, and when he gets going, when he hits that ball, jeez.
I've heard all sorts of stats and matchups and data.
Yeah.
But the one which relates with Travis Head is that his favorite color is blue. So even when he was playing IPL, his stats, his run scoring against blue jersey
blue teams.
is beating
Mumbai, Delhi.
any other color.
He's a colorblind bull.
Yeah,
That's what he is. He's a colorblind bull.
I keep hearing that, and it's just getting more and more apparent now.
Yeah.
That every time he's playing against India, he's just scoring runs so consistently. Also
Maybe next time India wear the away strip, wear it orange and with blue
orange
trim
in
or
front and
something.
blue at the back.
Yeah, that's the way to get him out early. My God, he really has been charging at India. But yeah, Travis Head has been absolutely fantastic. We go from one opener to the other. And of course, he is our achiever of the day, powered by College Dekho. Banayenge India ka kal. But, well, it's not about kal, it's about aaj. And he really made our aaj a very happy today. That's Rohit Sharma, 92 runs of 41 balls, a 225 strike rate, 7 fours, 8 sixes. He got a 19-ball 50. What makes it even more interesting is the fact that he lost his opening partner, Virat Kohli, for a duck. You think, intuitively, oh, captain, Australia. I kid you not, if you had 10 out of 10 people riding outside, they'd go, oh, no, he'll bat a little slow. He'll be a little watchful. Nobody would have got 50 of 19, 50 of a team total of 52 on their bingo card today.
No, that's right. And he's making those statements off the field. This is how we play.
Yeah.
And living it and leading it. And it's inspirational stuff. It's great to watch, just great entertainment.
Yeah.
And question marks around his T20 impact of, over the, IPL stats and at the top of the order and so on. But that's just, again, a reinforcement of the value of his leadership and how valued I think that team find him and are inspired by him. So, it's just courageous play. But really, really good stroke selection, knowing where to go to put the bowler off. Spoke about it at the half-time break where he goes down the wicket to put them off length. So it's just not much more you can say other than it's brilliant. He's absolutely the player of the day.
The thing with good guidance is they always say, you can either tell me or you can show me, right? And the kind of preparation that Rohit has been doing is what he's been talking about all through. And today we saw him embody that.
Well, he's big on preparation. We keep talking about how much time he spends in terms of analyzing data as well. Looking at the numbers, looking at the opposition, looking at the tactics.
Yeah.
So he's someone who loves having those kind of conversations. So the support staff to the guys, the bowlers, the batters. His mind is always ticking that way, and he's been consciously making this effort right from the 50-over World Cup.
Yeah.
Where he wanted to be he wanted the team to be aggressive team when it comes to batting as well. He wanted to play the situations differently, approach scenarios differently, and he's achieved that. By giving those statements. That's one, but also. Adding to that, he's going out there and he's delivering it himself. You look at the shot also, which was the intent which he was showing even when he was in 90s. He was not playing for his 100. If a good ball gets him out, it's fine. But his intent was to put bowlers under pressure.
I think we often hear leaders say it's not about the result, it's about the process. Well, he's stated what the process should be, and that's be aggressive at all costs. You lose your batting partner, no. Have your process and go and deliver it. So that sort of expertise as a leader and the guidance that he's giving his playing 11, that they know the trajectory they're on, and they're learning from him and going with him.
They really, today Rohit has led by example. He's always been saying that the milestones don't matter for this team, and today he showed it. But 92, he was still wanting to go hammer and tongs and put Australia on the mat. So, yeah, that's why Rohit is our achiever of the day, powered by College Dekho, Banayenge India Ka Kal. And just like College Dekho helps guide your child's future, he has basically guided India into, the semi-final for sure. Maybe to the final as well, who knows? This is what the captain had to say after the game. We've got the quote up for you. We knew the threat of this opposition. You bet we did. But we kept doing the things we know best. Kuldeep, we understand the strengths he has, but you have to use it when you need it. The pitches in New York State were seamer-friendly, but we knew we would play a big role later. We don't want to do anything different in the knockouts. It'll be nice to play England. That's Rohit Sharma.
So that Kuldeep's up to how many wickets now? Is he 6?
Yeah, Gilly, you're counting his wickets.
Yeah, so he gets 2 more games. He gets 5 for in the next 2. He's the leading wicket taker. He was my prediction at the start of the tournament.
Yeah, you just didn't
It took him
expect
4 games to
If
get
he
a go.
gets a fifer, then India surely is having the trophy.
2 fifers.
He wants 2 fifers.
Yeah.
Perfect then.
We'll take it. He's
7.
got
So
7.
he only needs, 9 to get ahead. So he can have a 4 for and a 5.
Yeah, but Fazal is probably going to play a game, if not 2, and Arshdeep is going to play 2 as well. So, yeah. So basically, you need Kuldeep to get 6 or 7 in each, so Arshdeep doesn't have any.
Whatever, yeah.
Right? Some kind of math. But I think if you go by per...
Let's look at how many wickets Bumrah is away from.
Oh, yeah. How many is Bumrah at?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Bumrah will have a few as well. But if you just go by per game, I guess then Kuldeep... I'll find a way to get you on top of that chart.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Bumrah's on 11.
You'll be sitting in Perth watching Cricbuzz live going, oh, I won.
So Bumrah's got 11.
Yeah.
So four more to him.
4 more to Bumrah.
9 more to Kuldeep.
9 more to reach Kuldeep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's how we get it done. And unfortunately, I can never do that with a guessing game because today with the kind of power play that Australia had, they went to 65.
Yeah.
I think if Travis Head hadn't hit that last ball 6, Gilly and me would have got our predictions correct. But that's why I say, for Indian fans, he's Travis Headache. That's what he is. Just stop it already. All right. Well, Afghanistan playing Bangladesh. Now, let's tell you why this game is so important. It's important for both Afghanistan and Australia. If Afghanistan wins, that's it. They knock Australia out. Afghanistan is through to the semi-final from this group along with India. And now, can Bangladesh qualify as well? Hang on a second.
I hadn't thrown them in there.
That's interesting.
Come out of nowhere.
Look what our number crunchers have come up with.
Yeah,
Bangladesh
the
qualify
Boffins.
if they win by 62 runs or 43 balls to spare, presuming the side batting first score 160. So a lot of things have to go their way. But I'm just saying, all right, let me simplify it. Scenario, bring that back again. Afghanistan bats first, gets 150, 155. Bangladesh gets there
In 13 overs.
in 12, 13 overs. That's tough. So 140 maybe in 12, 13 overs.
Yeah.
Doable. Ooh. All right. Jeez, man, this group has got very interesting. This just means that we'll all have to wake up at 6 a.m. Very difficult for me. Gilly, you? Difficult for you? Zach, will you be here 6 in the
I'm
morning?
looking forward to it.
Excellent. We've got one
Look
guy.
at the scenario.
We've got one guy.
I won't.
Yeah,
be-
I don't mind waking up
in-
for this game.
Yeah, well, tell me,
Yes.
who does 1.5 billion Indians cheer for tomorrow morning?
Who do 1.5 billion Indians cheer for tomorrow? First
I
of all,
suspect, well, one of them to win, or a washout, I guess, gets that.
well, yes. Can I be honest with you? Obviously, there is, like I told you, there's a lot of residue trauma against Australia.
Oh, yeah,
from
no,
the
I
World Cup.
assume they want Australia out. That's a given.
So
That's
they
a
would
given.
cheer for Afghanistan to win.
Right.
So that Afghanistan
or
wins
Bangladesh to win well.
by that
and get
margin.
Through.
But the last thing you want is that match going close and then Bangladesh winning because then Australia
that
goes
gets
through.
Australia
I'll say
Yeah.
Afghanistan because Afghanistan cricket team have been spending a lot of time in India.
Yeah, also there are...
Base have been in India,
In India, yeah.
North, Dehradun, Noida. So they've been spending a lot of time. A lot of players are part of franchise cricket as well here.
Yeah, also...
So that could be a bigger threat. Is that what you're saying? If they get through?
I'm just saying that.
No, we're just saying in terms of supporting.
In terms of
Yeah,
supporting.
right. I thought you meant a bigger
Afghanistan.
threat as to beating.
No,
possibly beating
no.
it. Yeah, no, right. Yeah.
Because they will
In terms
still,
of
whoever
supporting
qualifies
upside.
tomorrow still has to play a semi-final against South Africa, which is unbeaten.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that has to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing with the Afghanistan team is I think the Afghanistan players are very loved in India.
Oh,
Got a great following.
without doubt.
I think just the context of their story and
Yes.
everything. And then we know a lot of the inside as well because Ajay Jadeja, our big brother, spent time with them in the World Cup and is just glowing in his praise for the boys and the kind of, the attitude and temperament that they have. So I think,
such a likeable team, aren't they? Yeah.
They are. And you've met Rashid as well enough in the Big Bash.
Yep.
He's a great bloke.
Yeah.
He's a great bloke. So yeah, I guess that's what we're going to be doing. Gilly and me, of course, will be watching it in bed. But we've got a brother who's going to be here holding fort 5:30 a.m. the pre-game show, Cricbuzz Live.
Cricbuzz Live in Hindi.
Yeah. Are you going to be in Hindi?
Yeah.
All right. I just
Vaughan's doing Hindi tomorrow, I believe. Is that right?
Michael Vaughan in Hindi as well.
I'll teach him.
Love it. Zach, with your permission, because I can see your pillow and your blanket up there. I know you need to sleep for 3 hours. Can we just talk about the India team to Zimbabwe before you go to sleep? If you're okay with that. Just a little?
In short.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just a small brandy for me, please. Just want to sleep.
Nightcap.
Just a nightcap. Well, there you go. That's the Indian team. Shubman Gill is going to be captaining. So there's only two from this current team. This 15 of the World Cup. There's Sanju Samson and Yashasvi Jaiswal, both of whom haven't got a game, right? So Rituraj Gaikwad, Rinku Singh, Dhruv Jurel, the wicketkeeper, Abhishek Sharma gets called up, Nitish Reddy, Riyan Parag gets an India cap, is called up to the squad, maybe gets a cap, Washington Sundar, Ravi Bishnoi, Avesh Khan, Khalil Ahmed, Mukesh Kumar, Tushar Deshpande. Now, here's the thing, right? A lot of them are going to be playing perhaps their first game for India, Zach, but this is a very, very solid... I don't want to disrespect it by calling it a second team, but your first team is essentially sitting out after the World Cup. This is a really solid backup team in a way.
Yeah, I mean, look, these are all performers in IPL.
Yeah.
And they deserved an opportunity to represent the country. So a lot of the names which you're seeing there right now, who are playing for the first time, are those names. Abhishek Sharma is someone who has made such an impact. Nitish Reddy was very impressive with his all-round performance. So these players getting an opportunity is something which is great. And one name which I think selectors have done well with
Khalil?
is Washington Sundar.
Washington Sundar.
Because he's been part of the Indian team, not got enough opportunities because of the makeup of that Sunrisers Hyderabad team.
Yeah.
But selectors have not ignored that fact.
Yeah.
So that is something which they've covered nicely in the squad.
The names that you find exciting there, because you were here with us during the IPL, I'll pull the squad up again for you. The names you find exciting and you think could have, you predict perhaps could have a longer run with the India team?
Yeah, Riyan Parag is an exciting cricketer. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets an opportunity in there. About 3 or 4 opening batters there, aren't there? So who knows? Race you to the crease to see who opens and gets out there. But I think, it's limited. That's a squad that could have gone to this World Cup and been very competitive. I really believe that. That just such as the talent pool as a result of the IPL over many, many years now. So that's, I wish them all the best. And it's a good point, the discussion point about the impact player limiting the all-rounder development in Indian cricket. That puts paid to that for the moment. They're saying, well, just not everything's about the IPL. We're cognizant of other performances and that you've put in previously. So Washington, you get another go. So that'll encourage a lot of cricketers domestically to go, okay, we don't need to fear what that impact player rule has done in the IPL.
Yeah, a guy like Khalil, Khalil's come back after 5 years, I think.
Khalil is
making a call up after 5 years. So it's not just the current IPL performers, they're also rewarding.
Tushar also last couple of seasons of IPL, he's been doing consistently well. So for him to get a nod is something which is appreciation of whatever he's been doing over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Avesh Khan have been regularly travelling with the team. Khalil Ahmed did well in IPL, previous and this IPL, so he gets a nod. So there is a thought process which is in place you can make out from that squad.
And you know what I like about it? Because a lot of times you feel like there's so many players in this India periphery that if you're given a couple of chances and you fall out of favour, you can't come back at all. I think a couple of things. One, with Shivam Dube coming into the India team and playing every game in the World Cup, because a lot of people said, oh, he played 3 years, 4 years back, and maybe India has moved on from it. You do well. Nobody worries about moving on, etc. It's a bit like the Australia model. Like when you say, all right, you came, you were not there for a while, let's say Pat Cummins or Mike Hussey who comes in really late. It's what you're doing at this point in time. We're looking at everyone, irrespective of whether you played, how old you are. We're looking at everyone. You play well, we'll give you a chance.
Yeah, and it's spot on. It's good messaging in general, that squad.
Yeah.
And what an opportunity for Shubman Gill as captain to get in there and continue the development and as a young leader.
Yeah.
There's a bigger picture at play. Obviously, Rohit's nearer the end of his career than the start of it. I'm not saying he's finished, but at some point in time, there'll need to be a new leader of the national team. So Shubman's obviously in the pipeline as a consideration for that future role. So that'll help his development, leading the national team on an overseas tour.
Well, so that, of course, will begin 20 minutes after the World Cup final. That tour begins because, hey, I told you, 365 days in a year, 465 days of cricket. That's what it is now. All right. And in tune with that, I'll tell you that we'll be back in 5 hours with Cricbuzz Live. So I'm not joking. We'll be back in 5 hours at 5:30 in the morning, India Standard Time. We'll be here. It was just the Hindi show or your both shows? Both show, Hindi and English. Jeez. People, you guys are burning the midnight oil.
Great game tomorrow. I think you should consider coming here.
No, I'll consider waking up in time.
We'll put another chair, yeah, it's fine.
I'll tell you, instead of the chair, just go up, there's a screen there. I'll dial in from home.
Okay, let me take it to next level. You want to put a bed here?
Yeah, I do. That'd be amazing. You know, there is a concept in India called bed tea. Right. There's a thing called bed tea, which a lot of our elders call it bed tea. It's their first cup of tea in the morning. Yeah. She'll sit up in bed and have. Yeah. This is going to be bed TV. Yeah. It's like...
do that every day.
Yeah. That's so amazing. I was talking about things my dad says and I ended with a dad joke. Yeah, that's what I've done. Look at it. The flow to it. It's one of those days, man. I love Mondays. I love them. Liar. All right. Well, let's just quickly show you our Joy Factor question, which is normally from my granddad's era. That's what Joy ends up doing. Early 1900s. Yeah. Let's see who the name is. Lasit Malinga, Tim Southee, Mark Pavlovic. Oh, wait, hang on. Gilly
knew the answer. Yeah, I'm looking.
Well, I think it's Pat Cummins.
Pat Cummins. Yeah. Okay.
You think it's Pat Cummins?
I think so.
Why?
2 hat-tricks in T20 cricket.
There you go. Well done.
Well done, Gilly.
Come back to the question and tell me which of these names gave that away for you. Not Pavlovic.
The Wasim Abbas. I actually happened to read that stat this morning.
That Wasim Abbas has got 2
Well, that group of names. Oh. There was a report about Pat Cummins getting back-to-back hat-tricks, and it just happened to name all those guys. It said he joins Tim Southee, Lasith Malinga. So
Joyda also read that.
Joyda probably wrote that.
Yeah.
It might have been his article.
Probably wrote that stat. But yeah, that's what happens. It's hat-trick for Patrick and then hat-trick for Patrick. So there you go. He's done it and he's our answer. First correct entry came in from... drumroll, Ankur Mehta. Ankur, congratulations. Ankur, whose date of birth is 17th of May, 1981. Right?
Yeah, okay. Right.
There you go.
Youngster.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Of course, Ankur, you did well today. But all of us?
Oh, this is a bit scary thought where we're going to land here, isn't it?
On the ground, flat, on our bums. On our backsides. Let's see. This is what it looks like. Oh, man. I'm ahead of Manoj Tiwari. I'm very happy about that because he pipped me to the post with one guess, with like 0.3% or something in the IPL. So, yeah, Manoj, I'm very happy. Take that. But there you go. Simon Dool at the top. Simon Dool, I need to review the rules once. Need to review the handbook because we've got... It's a 5-game minimum that we had kept in the IPL. right? A 5 games matches. So that's 10 guesses.
Yep.
Even if we do 4 or 8 guesses on this, it's got to be above 6 guesses. You can't just play 3 days and then 4 in. So I need to check how many. He needs to have above 6. If it's 6 or below, he's got less than 6. He's got 5.
The only negative about ruling him out is that Michael Vaughan goes to the top. So you don't want that.
Show the chart again. Just show it again. Bring it. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
Michael,
Army, I can handle her going, not Vaughanie. Gee.
But GK, you're not last anymore.
I am not, yes. So, small wins. Yeah, I'll take him. Manish Batavia's in tomorrow. You're with him on the Hindi show. Just ensure he gets both wrong. Can you do that for me, my brother?
Batavia is going to say that, he's not had enough sleep, so that's why he's going to guess wrong.
That's great. I don't care. To keep him up all night then. I'll keep calling him every hour. Batavia, are you awake? Anything for him to get it wrong. All right, that's at 5:30 in the morning. It'll be pretty exciting on Cricbuzz Live. So do join them. Not us. Them. Then. But of course, we'll see you. Well, no, it's not tomorrow. It's not the day after. It's not for the semi-finals. So we're going to see you in the semi-finals. I'm going to be back then. But of course, Cricbuzz Live in 5 hours. We're going to be here. And then, of course, for the semis and the final. Adam Gilchrist, of course, is heading back to Perth.
Over and out. Thank you again for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. It's always fascinating having you here. So thank you for that.
Hopefully my team's not flying home with me tomorrow, but we'll see.
Catch them in Singapore, will you? The transit lounge. Yeah? The transit lounge.
I think it's too early for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going later in the day, so you never know.
Oh,
You never know. Maybe land at the same time in Perth.
Yeah.
Maybe waiting sheepishly at the baggage carousel going, oh, hi.
How'd it go, boys?
Excellent. Big thank you to Zaheer Khan as well. Thank you.
Get to bed.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I just want to, you guys can't see it, but I have put a little mint on his pillow. It's there. Service is 5-star over here, all right? I'm Gaurav Kapur on Cricbuzz Live. It is good night. Thank you for watching.